Finally today, OSU Extension beef cattle specialist Dr. Paul Beck has some tips to make your fall weaning program successful this season.
Well, good morning. Today we're going to talk about weaning and getting prepared for weaning. We've had some beautiful weather this fall so far, and I've talked to a lot of producers that are already starting to wean their calves, and I just felt is time to bring up some points that we need to consider in getting prepared for weaning. We need to be sure we have all of our vaccines, dewormers, pharmaceuticals ready to go and in place. There's nothing that really slows down the process more than having to go to town and get more pharmaceuticals. But before that, we really need to work on getting our calves ready to wean. If we have a set of facilities that we normally wean in, it's best to get the calves familiar with those facilities before we wean. We can bring them in and feed the cows with the calves in there for a few days leading up to weaning, and just make them used to coming in so that it's not a big struggle to get those calves caught, and then they know where they're at. Try to keep everything the same, make it just a normal day until you get that gate shut and the cattle caught. If we are practicing good cattle handling practices, we're quiet, we're slow, and the cattle are calm and we are calm. Whenever we start getting excited, the cattle start getting excited, and that's when we start losing a lot of body weight through that weaning process. We need to have clean water. Cattle dry matter intake is related to water intake. So if we have limited water intake, they will limit their feed intake. We need to have highly palatable, dust-free, fresh hay available for these calves. So it's something that they're familiar with while they're weaning. They've been exposed to it while they're with the cow, or it's similar to the grass that they've been consuming. A high-quality receiving feed that's formulated and supplemented to include all the minerals and vitamins that they would need during the weaning process is also important. It's got to be dust-free. It's got to be palatable, so those calves will eat it and will have all the nutrients they need through the weaning process. We're pushing the immune system through vaccination along at a time when they're stressed from separation from the cow. So we need to have extra protein and extra energy in these rations so that they will have the immune system to respond to the vaccines we're giving. Another thing to consider would be using some lower stress weaning techniques like fence line weaning, where we have a well-fenced grass trap. We can bring the cows and the calves into it for a day or so before weaning, separate the cows and calves, leave the cows in that trap, and then bring the cows out into a pasture next to them. The fences have to be good. A good hot wire along with a solid barbed wire fence actually is sufficient for this. That allows the cows and calves to have fence line contact, nose-to-nose contact. It decreases the amount of bawling and walking fences that the calves will do. Very low stress on that calf to do it that way. About a week of nose-to-nose contact, and then you can move that calf to another facility. Weaning is a stressful time, and the more we can do to reduce the stress and to get these calves prepared for weaning and being prepared ourselves will make this process go a lot better and decrease the amount of stress, bovine respiratory disease, and shrink that these calves have during weaning.